Welcome back to the Zamboni Zone.
I'm your host, the Goose, and I'm here with my right-hand man, the K-Man. So, since we're getting this huge influx of fans from Melody Martin's channel, I thought we would try something a little different and start up a talk show.
I didn't know 3 was huge, but...
I thought we would start something different, called a talk show, the Zamboni Zone, as our man K-Man here has just named it. And we're going to go ahead and discuss some of the playoff matchups that are going to be coming up. And hopefully we can make this a regular thing if this works out well. So,
don't expect it to.
What's our first matchup for today to talk about?
I believe that's Redskins versus Bills.
I don't know if that'll play well anymore. Go Bills, though.
Jets, Jets!
I believe we're going to be voting for the Flames in that matchup.
Okay. Why don't you give me your prediction then for the series?
Well, let me tell you. I think since these series are play-in matchups, they are best of 5, as you all now know, if you didn't know before.
Playoffs begin August 1st.
August 1st. Hopefully no corona will stop that, but we're going to go ahead and pick the Flames in, I'm going to say 3. It's going to be a hard-hitting matchup. Mika Kiprusoff's going to come out of retirement. He's going to play goaltender for the Flames, and they're going to win it in 3. And the third game's going to be a shutout, though, 5-0. How about you? What do you think?
I think that the Jets are going to move back to Atlanta, and then the Flames are going to have to come and play in Atlanta. They will melt under the pressure, and the Jets will then take the series in 2.
But before that happens, the Flames are going to turn back to it. The Atlanta Flames play the Atlanta Thrashers and defeat them in 3. Alright, on to our next matchup. We have the Predators and the Coyotes.
Coyotes?
Coyotes? Coyote. You going to tell me they're going to move back to Phoenix, or are you going to have a different story for me this time?
I believe they're going to move back to Winnipeg.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the same city, Phoenix, that they play. I mean, they play in, Mesa? But either way, they're going to move back to Winnipeg, and what are they going to do there?
They're going to defeat the Flames in 5.
This is painful to listen to here, but all in the name of predictions. So I'm going to stick with the Yotes here, and I'm
going to stick with the Preds.
Sticking with the theme of players coming out of retirement, Shane Doan, who has recently had his number lifted to the rafters, is going to come out of retirement, and he's going to coach the team. He's not going to play. He's going to coach the team with Rick Tocchet, and he's going to go ahead and lead them on to the Stanley Cup.
All right, well, you know what I think?
That's not going to be my official Stanley Cup prediction.
I think Thomas Vokoun is going to come back to the Predators, not as a goalie, but as a centerman this time, and he's going to lead that team to victory in 4 games.
Mm-hmm. As I was saying, though, that's not going to be my official prediction, because we will get to a section later where we actually do predictions on who we think for real is going to win the Cup.
No, this is my real prediction.
But you think Vokoun is going to carry the Preds?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good for you. On to our next segment. Our next matchup here on the show is...
I feel my skin burning because of this Penguins jersey.
Our next matchup here is the Penguins versus the Habs. My prediction for this one, I'm going to say Habs in 4. Even though Carey Price is going to stop every shot thrown at him throughout the entire series. You heard me right. Go ahead. What's your prediction?
So the only way the Penguins score is on a delayed penalty call and the puck is accidentally deflected into their net, Steven Stamkos style?
Sounds realistic to me.
Okay. My prediction is that Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby are going to move into an apartment together. Mm-hmm. They will completely forget about the series, and they're just going to live the rest of their lives out in their apartment, hosting a hockey podcast in their basement called the Zamboni Zone.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to steal our idea.
Yeah, but they're going to do it better.
I mean, I would listen to Malkin and... What was the other one?
Habs in 1. That's
in 1.
That's the ultimate goal here.
Go Habs. All right, our next segment, we have the Canes taking on the Rangers. This is a an interesting matchup. I haven't seen the Rangers in the playoffs in a little while. And one thing to mention about this, I think the Canes are going to lose this one in 5, actually. As much as I don't like either team at all that much. But one thing to mention about this jersey in particular is this jersey, I actually wore it to the Sabres Fan Fest this past summer, and I took a picture with Jeff Skinner and in this jersey, and this is a Skinner jersey. You see the 53 here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going to have to be good enough. And unfortunately, he wasn't signing autographs, but I got a photo with him and myself holding up this jersey. I'll throw that in there for you.
Well, I think the Rangers are going to manage to lose it in 3 because Henrik Lundqvist, in his vastly old age, is declining rapidly to the point where he now plays like a 68-year-old man who cannot stop a single shot for his life. He looks worse than a beer league.
I mean, still a legend,
best dressed player in the NHL.
Best dressed, probably a Hall of Famer, honestly, but he's, what is he, a third string goalie behind Georgiev and who's the other guy? They got Slepyshev? No, that's the defenseman.
I think you're thinking of Marc Messier.
Marc Messier, that's the one.
Yeah.
Great goaltender. Well, Peter, my fat ass barely fits in this jersey, so I don't know if I should be wearing this. I'm probably gonna bust out of it. We're running out of jerseys here on the show. We planned ahead, tried to get all of them for the matchups, but we ran out of budget here on the show. So, what's your prediction for this one?
I'm thinking that the Oilers are winning.
Excellent prediction. I'm going to second that. Oilers going to win. On to our next segment.
What? Alright, let me give you a real prediction. Connor McDavid, hat-trick, every game. Draisaitl, playing out of his mind. 9 points, every game. Oilers, they're just going to take the series. How many games? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Could be 6. Could be 7.
It can't be 7.
I don't even have 7 fingers to count with. Let's go Oilers. And we have our next matchup here. Blues Thrashers?
I believe this is the Leafs and the Columbus Blue Jackets. However...
Oh, well, blue is in my name, so...
However, I could not bring myself to wear a Leafs jersey, so the Atlanta Thrashers, contradictory to your prediction earlier, are not going to be the Jets moving back to Atlanta. However, they're going to come back into the NHL and take the place of the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's my prediction.
Well, my prediction is that the Columbus Blue Jackets, being envious of their former Western rivals, the St. Louis Blues, will be so envious that they will take the name Jackets off of their name, and just start calling themselves the Blues, and then we'll have 2 teams called the Blues, and you won't be able to tell the difference. And you know what? Even more, Columbus is going to be renamed Flavortown. Get that? So now they're going to be called the Flavortown Blues.
That's a pretty impressive prediction right there. But who do you think's going to win the series?
Oh, I have no idea.
I couldn't tell you either. If I had to guess, Thrashers in 5.
I'm going to say Flavortown 6, Thrashers -1.
Excellent. Peter,
What's up?
what is that you're wearing?
It's a Sabres jersey?
The Sabres are not in the playoffs! What the hell are you doing? Get a real jersey. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's go. Viewers, I don't know what this kid's doing, but, we got to get serious here. Like, honestly. I got Lindy Ruff's new team. Former Sabres head coach, 16 years. Great guy. I wish him well there. That's not related to any of our predictions, but while I got a second here, while he's changing into an actual jersey, as much as I love the Sabres, they're not in the playoffs. They're not a playoff team. They shouldn't be in this little view until they actually fix themselves. But while I got a moment, I'll show you that we have all the teams with the bye week here. Any jerseys I had for teams on a bye. Not included are Vegas, Dallas, and Tampa Bay. And let me check my board here and just make sure that I didn't miss anything. The Capitals. And so we got those hung up here nicely for you in front of our nice Buffalo Sabres flag. And as I mentioned that, the K-Man is back. What are you doing, Tarasenko?
Predicted some games.
Alright, well, let's predict. So this matchup is, I don't even know because we have the wrong jerseys on. This is Panthers-Islanders. I don't know how this is Panthers-Islanders. I guess New Jersey's close to Long Island, so that's the closest jersey I had. St. Louis, not really close to Florida, but we'll go with it. So what's your prediction? Make sure you speak up because you got your back to the camera.
Panthers in 3. Done.
Panthers in 3. I'm going to go with Panthers in 4.
Why?
Just so I can one-up you.
Why? Because it's the year of the rat or something like that?
It is. It's the rear. Speaking of that, it is the year of the rat. So, you know, my other prediction is that they're going to cancel the series, and because so many rats will be thrown on the ice that they won't even be able to skate. It'll be that thick of rats on the ice. And they'll just hand the series to the Panthers because they're the home team.
Real rats, too.
Not real rats. That would be animal cruelty. Don't listen to him. Next segment. Are you Wayne Gretzky?
Why, yes.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
I am.
You are a true fan. You know, I'm a true fan. I don't know what I just said. I'm just so flustered by meeting Wayne Gretzky that I just screwed up my words.
I'm just so flustered by meeting King's Wayne Gretzky.
Yes. Anyways.
What's our last matchup?
Nice to meet you. Our last matchup is the Wild and the Canucks. I will be representing the Canucks in the purple and gold, or purple and black and silver, whatever you want to call us. Sparkly silver, I guess.
It's certainly not gold, if that's
Definitely
what you're
not
say.
gold. That was wrong. You over here will be representing the Wild in, of course, traditional Wild colors. And our prediction for this one. What do you think?
I'm going to say that Minnesota is going to revert to the North Stars, and Dallas will be eliminated from the tournament because of their 1999 infraction against the Buffalo Sabres in the Stanley Cup Final.
I like that. That's a good move.
And meanwhile, the Canucks will be booted from the league because they're just a horrible team altogether. They rioted when their team lost the Stanley Cup to the Boston Bruins. And, Minnesota.
Meanwhile, over here, I think the Canucks have the edge. They got some speed. You know, they got Brock Besser. They got
the Sedin twins.
That Pettersson guy that thinks he's better than Eichel, but he's not even close to Eichel. And but the Sedin twins, I think they retired, bud.
Oh.
Anyways, but Minnesota has the disadvantage here because all their old men like Eric Stahl and Parise are not even close to what they used to be, and one of them's probably going to break a hip at some point. They're getting so old. So, Canucks in 3.
Well, I think Roberto Luongo is actually going to trade himself from the Panthers back to the Canucks.
Come out of retirement, too.
Yes. And he's going to help the team to lose the series just like he did in the Stanley Cup Final.
I mean, could you believe that whole controversy back in the day? They couldn't decide Corey Schneider or Roberto Luongo. Look at them now.
Either way, they still lost to Tim Thomas.
They got Jacob Markstrom now. Big guy, but he makes some questionable plays in net.
Good anticipation by Grizzly. Pasternak has a breakaway. He scores! I guess you'd call it a shot. Maybe it was a pass, but he makes a good read. Drops for Gord, puts one in front off the pad, and Besser was there, couldn't get it. They score! Mitchell Stevens in the middle frame. Just one for the Canucks, who entered with a 1-0 lead. That one could be on Markstrom in. Put it in himself, I think, trying to reach back and fish it out. Dishing to the side, Stamkos. Chernak, long shot, tipped in by Coburn. One period and not get Jacob Markstrom out of there. He's played so well. Giving Jacob Markstrom a break. It's 3 goals in 56 seconds. That's what I mean. It's timeout. Do you really need a timeout? No. You just change it.
All right, so we've made our wacky predictions. Now let's transition into something a little more serious here. First things first, who's going to win the cup this year? Real predictions, serious.
Well, I mean, so you, San Jose.
I don't.
Did I miss something?
I don't think they're playing in the tournament this year.
Neither are the Sabres.
No, but Dominic Hasek, fantastic goalie. If you've never heard of him, I don't know why you've never heard of him, but look him up.
So we've got 8 teams in the bye. We've got Bruins, the Flyers, the Lightning, the Capitals, Avalanche, Blues, Dallas, and Vegas. So we have 8 teams that we haven't even really discussed much yet.
Well, I'm going to say something unpopular probably and say that none of the bye week teams are going to win the cup. The sitting around and waiting for the playoff series to start is going to take its toll, especially after this long Corona break. You know, having given all the other teams a chance to warm up here. And I'm going to go with the Colorado Avalanche.
Wait, what? But the Avs have a bye. I don't know what kind of game you're trying to play here, Gossels.
All right, on to our next segment. What do you think is going to happen with Taylor Hall in this offseason? He currently with the Coyotes. Not sure where he's going to re-sign or if he's going to re-sign with the Yotes, but what do you think is going to happen about that situation?
I think he's going to suffer from Benjamin Button's disease, revert to his younger age, go back to his junior team, and then get redrafted by the Oilers, where he will, again, in a kind of Uno reverse card play, reverse his aging process once more, start aging forward again, and then this time reach the full superstar potential that he should have reached with the Oilers in the first place, thus taking them to not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive Stanley Cups.
Well, I like your line of thought there. I don't know what goes through that head of yours. You know, very strange things happening. I think Taylor Hall is going to re-sign with the Coyotes. Yes, it's unpopular, probably, because, you know, some of you Sabres fans watch the channel might want Taylor Hall to come here, but I think he's going to stay with the Yotes. And Coyotes legend Pavel Datsyuk and Chris Pronger are going to come out of retirement and from the KHL and come play with him, and they're going to win a cup. All right, on to our next segment. What do you think is going to happen with Henrik Lundqvist? He's getting older, as you mentioned earlier. Will he be traded in this offseason?
No.
All right, quick answer. Like it? I'm going to say yes. And where to? I'm going to say... Let me take a look at my list here. I'm going to say he's going to go to the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're in need of a new starting goalie, right?
No, they've only got Elvis Merzlikins, so...
He could benefit from a veteran presence. So, Columbus it is. Next question. Who's going to win that first overall draft pick that the NHL screwed all the other teams out of in that rigged draft lottery? Out of all these teams, the play-in round.
Dallas.
Dallas is on a bye week. They can't win it, sir.
Washington.
Also on a bye week.
St. Louis.
Still no.
Vegas.
Nice try.
Boston.
Better luck next time.
Avalanche.
Not quite.
Flyers.
Try again.
Tampa Bay.
Ooh, so close.
Dallas.
I'm getting the feeling you're not taking this seriously.
Took you 10 minutes into this video to figure that out?
I'm going to say the Oilers because, you know, what's another first overall pick for them? You know, they've already had, 3 or 4, and so what's one more, and then they'll probably end up having a bust, like, you know, drafting like another Nail Yakupov or something and then having to trade him.
Or worse, Rick DiPietro.
Oof. Don't remind them. Those Islanders fans are still probably paying his contract for another 3 or 4 years now.
We'll have to start calling them the Oilanders.
The Oilander. That's a new one. When? Okay, now this is an important question. Real question. The reason I'm wearing this jersey, not if, but when will the Sabres win their Stanley Cup?
2036.
Okay. And how'd you come to that prediction?
I combined the number 2, 0, 3, and 6.
Excellent. Very vivid description of how you managed that. I'm going to say 2028. You know, I don't see us being good in the next year. Maybe 2 years we might start to get closer to the playoffs, but 8 years. By then we should at least have a good shot at this thing. So, hell, if it's not 8 years, we're doing something wrong.
If it's not 8, then it's 16.
Next segment, what will happen with Brock Besser? There's been a lot of trade rumors around him. What's going on with him?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I think the Sabres would be smart to go after him, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they're just rumors.
But remember the last time the Sabres traded with the Canucks?
Would that be the Zach Cassian Cody Hodgson trade?
Yeah.
Was it really that long ago?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You're making me dig deep in the memory there. But that did not necessarily work out that well.
Let's just not deal with the Canucks. They came into the league the same time as us. You know, I was hoping maybe we'd see them in the Stanley Cup Finals sometime because that would be kind of sweet. But no, let's just forget about them.
Would you rather trade with the Flames?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching our first episode of the Zamboni Zone with the Goose and the K-Man here. And I think that turned out to be an absolute disaster, just as I expected. What do you think?
I am the K-Man.
Big Abs fan right there. Go Sabres, though. You know, as many jerseys as I own here, all the same, Sabres are still the favorite.
Oh, I feel my skin burning because of this Penguins jersey.